The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside the newly retired head coach of the Carson-Newman track and field program, David Needs. Retired. I'm probably misspeaking a little bit there. Resigning? How do we want to frame this? You're not the director of track and field, and that's because you're shimmying spots. We welcome you back, not gone, but for a second. But Carson-Newman's new director of the Eagle Club and athletics development. A lot to unpack here between the new job and hanging up the coaching gear. Let's focus on that first.
Sure.
You've been a coach, I'm not going to say the number, but it's been a minute.
Sure.
Pretty much your entire adult life you've been in coaching. Why stop now?
Well, you know, I started 32 years ago, Adam. My brother was a senior in high school. He's about to turn 50. All right, so it tells you how long I've been doing it. But I believe God calls you into certain things, and then He asks and calls you into doing other things in your lifetime. And in my experience at Carson-Newman, I've had a lot of different experiences, from football to track to anything, professor. And so, color commentary, you know, I mean, but I believe that God, at this point in my life, at this time, is calling me to make an impact for our athletic department, for our entire athletic department, connecting alums back to the university through the Eagle Club, connecting former student athletes and making sure that they understand that Carson-Newman is always a place for them. And how can we do that? We can do that by building a large and prosperous Eagle Club that is here to support our athletic programs, support our university, and just make sure that we are heading in this uncertain era of athletics in the right direction.
I think probably to a degree it's a credit to the job that Blake Cantrell did over the last 2 years to put this in a position where it makes sense for you to step in. What can you say about what you inherit and the future?
Well, I've told Blake plenty of times I wouldn't have wanted this job had Blake not done so well, right? Like Blake made this job what it is, and I think that we as a university have been so blessed to have Blake even for the short time that we had him. And so I think what it allows us to do is allows us to take the next step, you know, and so through Blake's work and you know through the people that have worked with Blake, we have the Eagle Club in a position where it's ready to fly, and I'm excited to be part of that.
The concern that we've heard from a lot of people is, do you still get to teach fencing?
Right. For right now, I am still going to teach because we do believe that the future of the Eagle Club is in who's here now, and so those relationships are so critical, and I supremely value that. But to teach the 300 level classes like sport as a mission and ethical consideration of sport and evolution of sport are great. Is fencing in the long-term plan? I don't know. There may be time for somebody to take over. Maybe there's somebody that a good assistant coach or a good head coach that's waiting is dream to teach fencing, and they can do it.
I bring that up tongue in cheek to bring up because something that you alluded to earlier. I think if you were to point to somebody who has their hand in every aspect of the university, from athletics to you've assisted on academic side committees, you've taught, you now have a role in administration. What value does that add to somebody who is going to be developmentally minded?
Sure. You know, I grew up with a father that could do a lot of things well, and grandparents that did a lot of things well, and it's just kind of always been the philosophy in our family that if you can do more than one thing well, then do it. And I think that what we want as a university is somebody that can walk next to you and can appreciate what your stories and see value in what you have. As somebody who's a student of history, you know, one of the things that I love is to hear stories from people that were here and what Carson-Newman means to them and what the value is and what they need. and some of those very things may not be the same thing. There may not be the barn here anymore, or Butler Blank may not be used in the same way that it was used. But there's value in tradition, and there's value in stories, and there's value in memories, because that's the place that you want to preserve, save, help, whatever we want to say. And so who better to be with the Eagle Club than somebody that can value those things?
Spoken like the historian of Jefferson County that you are, to add to the laundry list of things that you do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
I know it's early days.
Right.
Where do you see this going?
So what I would love to see is people that aren't part of the Eagle Club that would find value in what the Eagle Club can do for them, and what they can do through the Eagle Club to help the university. And so I would really like to increase our membership. I would like for people to come to Carson-Newman and find this is a worthwhile experience. I have several friends that say, hey, I come every year at homecoming because it's a part of me, and I want my kids and my family to understand that. And so I want that when we have an alum that steps on our campus, that they know that they're still valued, treasured, and everything else. And then I really want the Eagle Club to be so prosperous, not just financially, but in networking and in opportunities, that people feel that Carson-Newman is always home and they can always make an impact, even beyond their student days, into their alum years, and where they can help financially.
We'll finish up going back to where we started, and that's coaching. Has it hit you yet that this is it?
Well, when you said it, it was like a knife in the heart, So, Adam, I've been blessed, and I don't want to get teary-eyed, and I usually don't, but I have worked with some great men and women in my time here at Carson-Newman. I have walked with giants in the history of Carson-Newman, and not just people that were coaching here, but retirees and people that are here. To have been here in a place where you still got to know Coach Wilson and all the different people that have come through, and Coach Shealy and so many great ones. But then the likes of Ken Sparks and Jim Deaton and Mike Turner and Mike Whitley and to have been here with Mr. Barger and Alan Morgan and now Matt Pope and Vicky Hollyfield and all the great ones in all sports. And to have them be considered family, to be able to say that, yeah, I'm not coaching is something that is going to probably not, my wife and kids will be like, all right, hey, you don't need to coach us and tell us what to do in the house, but it's always going to be part of me. And I think that's why I wanted to be with the Eagle Club, because I know the Eagle Club can strongly support our coaches, and that's a big part of it.
All right, David Needs, thanks for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
He is no longer the director of track and field. He's now the director of the Eagle Club and athletic development. David Needs. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagle Sports Network.